Hey, what's up guys? Oz here. This is a match using the PDW. I have silencer attachment and I'm also using the stock attachment. I found a lot of success using PDW with stock and silencer, so you'll probably see this again in future videos. But what I actually want to showcase in this video is not the gun, it's the equipment, which is the tactical insertion. You guys know in Modern Warfare 3 I showed you guys a lot of my tactical insertion tryhard setups. And a lot of you have also been asking whether or not this works in Black Ops 2. At first I didn't like the tactical insertion because I think that it depends on who's in the lobby with you, how the enemies are playing, and how your teammates are playing. Because there's such a high incentive to want to play the objective, what ends up happening most of the time is that the spawns will flip constantly. It's not like you know, some of the other Call of Duties where the spawns, you know, don't flip as much. It's common for the spawn to flip, for your teammates to push in and try to 3-cap, you know, more than ever. So in my opinion, the tactical insertion is not that important and it's not that necessary until you run into a team that is kind of at a standstill with you. Like right here in this game, you notice it's a big wide open map, so most of the time it's hard for the enemies to run around from one end of the map to the other. This is where tactical insertion comes into play. I think tac insert on Turbine, which is one of the larger maps in the game, is pretty much essential if you're playing a competitive game. Like in this match here, my whole objective, even though these aren't the greatest players in the world, was just to apply pressure to these guys, keep them pushed back, and I did a very good job of it this particular game. I'm running the UAV, the lightning strike, and the sentry gun. I don't get the sentry gun, but maybe like 3 or 4 times in the game, and it doesn't do anything at all. But the UAVs and the lightning strikes definitely help. I get quite a bit of kills from the lightning strike, and the UAVs are pretty much up the entire game. And you can just see the kind of havoc that I'm causing. You know, so many times in this game, what ends up happening on Turbine is you'll rush all the way up to the other side, as you saw me in many cases here, pushed all the way up, and I get killed by someone camping in a corner, head glitching. And then what ends up happening on your end is you'll end up spawning on the complete other side of the map, and you have to run all the way back over here. It wastes a lot of time. That's why in Ground War, what happens on Turbine is you'll see a lot of scores, like everybody with 20 kills. And that's common for this map. You know, you don't see a lot of kills usually on this map unless it's with kill streaks. So what I found with the tactical insertion, it just allows you to stay up in the enemy's face. The tactical insertion is also a lot less obvious than Modern Warfare 3, for example, because you don't hear that whole sound that sounds like you're lighting a match. You don't hear that in this game. I think you do hear the characters shout out tactical insertion, or you know, whatever it is, but you know, it's nothing too major. But as you guys can see in this gameplay, guys, it's really effective on big maps. Small maps, like I said, the spawns will flip, and I don't think it's, you know, as effective unless you're trying to fight your way out of a spawn trap or something like that. But for the most part, when you do use this strategy, you want to be extremely aggressive. You don't want to be passive. The whole point is to try to just apply pressure to the enemy team. Try to get these UAVs and the other kill streaks out. I did try one other setup with this, and that was using the lightning strike with the stealth chopper and the VSAT, and I had a lot of success with that. I put up a lot of 70 and 80 kill games there as well. But overall, because these are lower kill streaks, I think they're easier to hit, which makes it more effective. You can pretty much have a UAV up the entire game if you're able to get kills. If you're not so good with your gun, this might not be the strategy for you. But if you're pretty decent and you find that a lot of times when you rush you die, this could be a good strategy to help you win more games. It'll keep you in the action a lot more. You know, a lot of times, usually if you're not using tac insert, you'll rush in and you'll die, and you'll spend most of your time running back to where you were, and then by that point the enemy can predict you. He knows where you're gonna spawn at. Like if I kill somebody, I know where they're gonna spawn at, but if they're tactically inserting, they're constantly gonna be in my face. I'd actually be more scared of someone using a tac insert because he can very easily spawn in and he knows where I'm at, I know where he's at, and then it's too much of a fair fight. So what I like to do is when someone is using tac insert on the other team, I try to avoid them, because the person who is tac inserting always has the advantage. Even if the other person knows where they're tac inserting, they have the advantage, because when they rush and you kill them, you had the advantage. They didn't know where you were. But now when they spawn in, they know exactly where you are, and they're probably going to be a lot more aggressive than you are trying to kill you than you are trying to kill them. So yeah, try to avoid people who use tack inserts. That's just my own personal experience. It's an interesting tactic. Gets you a lot of points, and don't be a dick and run this with a full team. I've I've run into people doing that. I've even done it myself in Modern Warfare 3. It's a dick move. It's very hard to deal with people who use tack inserts. I really wish they would take tack inserts out of the game, to be honest, because I mean, people can boost with it. I mean, I've seen people going for headshots with the tack inserts, and that's so old news. And I thought people stopped doing that in Modern Warfare 2, but apparently, you know, they still do it in Black Ops. But at least you can report those players, right? And this is pretty much the end of the game. I reel off a nice, quick 8 kills. As you see here, I get 4 with my gun. I pick up a lightning strike, and I think I do die. And then I call in the lightning strike, and I get an additional 4 kills. Final score on this one, I think, was 87 kills, which is pretty good, you know, considering I wasn't using any high kill streaks. But I do die like around 19 times. But you know, all that really matters is I applied pressure. I was extremely annoying, and that's the whole purpose of using tactical insert. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of this. Peace.
UAV awaiting orders.